Greetings, fellow adventurers. My name is Jem, and I'll be your mentor for today's field guide on character creation. Now, when you're creating a character, the first thing you'll be presented with is all the races and a choice of male or female presenting. Hrothgar and Viera currently only have one singular gender choice, but soon after Endwalker's drops, Viera will have the choice of male or female. After you've made your choice of race, you're going to be given a choice between two tribes for every race. Now, I know my min-maxers are now looking at the screen and getting excited about the stats below the blurb, but I'm going to have to inform everyone right now that the stat difference at level 1 is going to be nearly identical to the stat difference at max level. As an example, a Dancer, Meatcoat, Sunseeker, and Moonkeeper will have a grand total of 1 dex stat point difference at max level. The stat difference here is also similar between the other races as well, so in short, pick whichever race and tribe you want. The stat difference will not be enough to break you above a soft damage cap. The bright side is that everyone is good at all jobs, so your selection here is not going to lock you into a particular job or role. Now comes the fun part of character creation. You're going to be presented with lots of options and sliders to customize your avatar. It's pretty straightforward, but if you're feeling chaos, go ahead and pick that randomized appearance. Note here, though, that the eye color, face model, height, bust, lips, nose, eye shape are all going to be locked in when you choose this. And if you're going to want to change this down the road, you're going to need a Fantasia potion. I would like to note that everyone who's purchased the game will be given 1 free Fantasia, so you do have a single reroll here. But if you're wanting another appearance reroll after that, you're going to need to go to the Final Fantasy XIV store and pay about $10 US, so do be a little choosy. I would like to make a note here, though, that once in the game, you can complete a side quest to unlock access to the Aesthetician, basically the barber shop, to change your hairstyles, your hair color, and the makeup on your character for a small amount of gil, so don't stress about those options too much. After you've locked in your aesthetic, the game will ask you if you want to save your character appearance, and I'm going to take this moment to recommend that you do that. The reason for this will become more apparent later in this tutorial. Next up, you'll be presented with the choice of birthday for your character as well as patron deity. These two options are relics of content that has been patched out of 14, so these options are strictly flavor text. After you've been blessed by an absent god, you're going to be promoted to pick your starting class. Now, Final Fantasy XIV features the ability to level all the classes on one character, but the class you select here must be leveled to 10 and also have the corresponding class quest completed before you're allowed to pick up quests in order to change classes. This will also determine your starting city and what zones you have access to at the very beginning of the game. If you're trying to meet up with friends from level 1, make sure you guys coordinate so you end up in the same city. In this chart, I've separated what classes begin where and also what job they upgrade into after the level 30 class quest. There are 2 notes here. If you're wanting to play Scholar, one of the only 2 healer classes available early game, you'll need to start as an Arcanist. That class branches into 2 different jobs, Summoner and Scholar, respectively. Also in this chart is Rogue and Ninja, and while it is not a true starting class, its only requirement is that another job is leveled to 10. So if you've peeked ahead and had your heart set on this job, pick either Marauder or Arcanist, as your starting class will have access to it as soon as possible. Lastly, you'll be prompted to pick a server and data center you'd like to join. This is where the tip from earlier about saving your character is going to come in handy, especially if you're trying to meet up with friends in the game. The heading at the top of the list on the right hand side is going to be the data center, and all of the listings underneath are the servers. If your specific destination that you're hoping to drop your character on is open, go ahead and create your character. But if you've noticed that it's locked, this is where the save data comes in handy, because you can quickly just skip all this character creation and get right into creating your character on the server you choose. SC has a specific system in place so no server gets too congested with new players. So if you're gonna be choosy, now's the time to exit the game, and then you're gonna want to log back in at around 2 to 5 a.m. EST. At this time, a lot of the servers are now temporarily unlocked, and you can pretty much pick any server you want. We've now arrived at name selection. Final Fantasy XIV doesn't allow you to change your character's name for free, so do choose something you're going to enjoy and feel proud to put on your adventuring legacy. But if for some reason you need to go on the Witness Protection Program, the Final Fantasy XIV store does have name changes available for around 10 USD. And that's it, new adventurers! You're now on your way to become the Warrior of Light. If you found today's guide entry to be helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any other questions about Final Fantasy XIV, please ask me in the comments below. Until next time, adventurers!